So when I saw the first Force Awakens trailer, I was kind of like, oh, all right, brace for impact. Let's see what we're going to get here. And I can't remember if it was the first or second trailer, but there was a scene in the movie, or in the trailer, and I just had goosebumps as soon as I saw it. It looked so cool. It was amazing. I'm going to try and find a clip to play right now. So hopefully I would have found a clip of this scene that doesn't have some Disney copyright or something like that. And yeah, it's the scene where the X-Wings are over the water. I just fell in love with that scene so much. And even seeing it in the movie, I was like, this is really, really cool. It was kind of like, you know, the last roundup, and all of a sudden the cavalry's here. You know, everything's doom and gloom, and then, yeah, you just hear those trumpets and John Wayne comes charging in. And so that's what I want to replicate. Because I don't like the sand, it's kind of boring. I could put some nice sand texture over it and it would look pretty darn good. But I'm going to paint it blue. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make some cheaply done water effects with just paint, not using any kind of resin, epoxy, water effects and stuff like that. So I want my airbrush. I'm going to airbrush some flat blue, XF8. I'm going to go do this right now, and yeah, let's go. I haven't recorded any airbrushing in this video, but I'm going to record this much. The other paints we're going to use, clear blue XF23, and possibly, I'm toying with the idea, I'll see how it looks, a little flat white XF2. We'll see how those balance out in there, but it should be pretty good. I painted the sides of it black. This is just Vallejo black, and then lays itself down nicely. And I also painted the stand black. So that's going to be, hopefully it won't be too distracting. I'm not going to paint it blue. It would look a little weird, I think. But for this part, yeah, let's go ahead and do this. I think this is going to be really cool when it's all done. I hope. Alright guys, so as I mentioned before, the first color I have is XF8. Flat blue, right there. And what I really want to do here is a very good solid base color blue. I want to get rid of any of this brown color so that won't seep through accidentally. So let's get let's get spraying this thing here. Alright, now I'm just going to add some white, and I'm going to try and paint some of the top of these like peaks and stuff, simulate the water kind of, you know, flowing up to the surface and making waves and stuff like that. I've got my airbrush kind of all geared up, ready to go, so hopefully this will work. It worked here on the little test area of the paper, but who knows if it'll actually work once I get to the model. If not, I'll just repaint it blue again. So, here we go. looks pretty good. It's not bad. Could go in there and clean up some of the areas with a little bit of blue. But I think most of this will be hidden, with the exception of the white peaks there. I think that'll be hidden with the clear blue, XF23. I learned this from a Japanese master modeler. He used this instead of like the epoxy resin you can buy for water, and I thought it looked really, really good. So I've wanted to try it out, and this seemed like a good place to do it. So I'm gonna give it a whirl. Here we go. Well, here's the water. So the last thing I'm going to do, and I decided to do this without the airbrush. I'm just going to take some nice Vallejo white paint, and I'm just going to paint the caps on myself. I really like that I actually went and airbrushed them, and you get this very light blue effect in there. And like I said, I'm really glad I did that, because to me that makes it look a little more realistic. So when I paint on that white on there, and again, this will be just very, very thin lines of white, thinner than what I did with the airbrush. I think that's really going to give that illusion that this is over the water a little bit more. And then adding on there a couple coats of Future, I like this a lot. It's not by any means like perfect or terribly, realistic, but for something very simple to do without using any kind of water effects, I think it works. So let me know what you guys think. Does this work in your books? Is this a hit or a miss? Because yeah, like I said, I've wanted to try this for a while, and I'm really glad I did, because yeah, I quite like it. I think it looks pretty fun. I can't wait to see that X-Wing sitting on top of that. So yeah, let's go let this stuff dry for a few days, and yeah, like I said, adding on the white paint and then the overall gloss coat of Future. So really glad I tried it. Had quite a bit of fun doing that in the process.
So I just took some Vallejo white and I just gently painted the tops of the peaks. I'll just show you guys. I have a very, very thin brush, and yeah, it's just going at it like this. I did show this before, but it was an incredibly boring little video where I basically went on for 5 minutes painting this, and then I realized, oh, I haven't said anything in about 5 minutes. People will be bored about this one. So yeah, it's just Vallejo white paint, nothing fancy about it. And the next step is to give this all gloss coat with some Future, and I'll probably do 2 or 3 layers of Future just to really let that settle in there, so it's really nice and thick. And oh man, oh, that's what the dogs are upset about. There's a skunk around, and it's not one of them this time. So let's take a look at this tape and let's see how she looks. I'm pretty excited about this, actually. Okay. So far, so good, hey? Oop. Let's put this down. Trash. Ugh, let me get all that paint off my hands. I don't want to get that on the model. All those little bits of dried paint that caught on the edge of the tape there. Oh, look at that. Yuck. Get off. No, kitty. It's in my water base. Alright, here we go. Come on there. Peel it nice and slowly. I'm not sure how this Vallejo and the black is going to react to the plastic here, but surprisingly really well. So there we go. That looks pretty good, eh? And oh heck, why not? Let's do it. Let's do it. Do it now. This don't even fit in there anymore. There's so much paint in the way. Cool. Cool. Alright. And wait. Does this go? Yeah, this goes here. This is my only problem. Yeah, I was worried about this. The Vallejo paints kind of have a bit of a plasticky quality to them. They don't quite level flat, which is nice in a lot of ways, but in terms of this display stand, it might not be the best thing because yeah, they're kind of stuck together now. But I just wanted to see how this looks because I'm really impatient about this. Oh man. I like it. I do. I mean, again, it's not perfect water effect, but I really do like it. I think after a couple gloss coats, that's going to look really exquisite. I hope. Oh, man. That is really cool. I don't know, does it look like it's flying over the water? That's the impression I want to leave. I hope I get that. Anyways, I'm going to go clean up my brushes and figure out what to do next. I'm not sure where to go now. Oops. That's not good. I just bent the lasers. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, I don't know where I left off. I may have accidentally deleted something, or who knows what. But yeah, I weathered it. Had a very sad time weathering it with the enamel paints. That did not go over well, and had quite a fit about it. It put me off into a very bad mood, very horrible mood. But the other thing I wanted to mention here is something I discovered, and it really sucks. This really sucks. Okay, it's not enamel paints that are the problem with the kit that I've discovered here. At least with this one. It's not the enamel. It's the thinners in the enamel. So I was using this stuff, which is thinned down enamel paints. So this was my test subject. I wanted to see if it would become brittle, anything, nothing. This is fine. Here's my other little test piece, and it's fine. It still has its strength. Nothing with it whatsoever. But then when I started playing around with this stuff, these started to crumble and break. One of them is got a big crack in it right there. One of them actually, yeah, this one here, broke and there's a piece missing out of it. So I'm going to have to do some catch-up weathering on top of that. I'm not going to use this anymore. So what I've gone ahead and done is added in a whole bunch of weathering master kits here, and I think they look really good. I'm quite happy with these.
See, I did inside the engine here. It's got brown, it's got a little yellow, and lots of black, which is what I wanted, nice and dirty. I did the same thing here on the exhaust, and there's a little bit of blue, burnt blue on there. I hope when I give it a flat coat, that'll stay in there. So what I've been doing now, I'm going to go ahead and I've made these nice streaks on here. I love them. I think they look really cool. But what I want to do here is show you guys how to make these streaks really quick. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do, and again, this was my problem, and I deleted a lot of these videos because they were just me being upset about it. And anyways, you can see like all in here, it all came undone. And this was like 6 layers of future. It just goes right through. So I'm gonna start weathering up the blue and some of the gray before I proceed further with this. But I just want to show you guys this because I think it looks pretty cool. I guess I'll show it on the wing here. So like I'm just gonna put this on the edge like this. There. And I've got this is a brush I've had for a long time. It's just little bristles that I cut out, made them flat, and I'm going to use oil stain for this. Just mop up a bunch of it in there. Okay. And yeah, I'm going to try and show this as best I can, guys. You just start off of the paper, or off the tape, like so. Look at that. See a little clump I'd like to get rid of. Hold on. Just try. Yeah, there it goes. Out. So, got this nice streak on there. Look at that. Pretty cool, hey? And so I'm going to go ahead and do this to the rest of the model, but what I'm also going to do is use like lighter colors, like right here. For example, let's use some sand. It's a nice kind of tan color. Ah, yeah, that looks nice. Ha, look at that. Quite nice, just right around that edge there. And you just kind of go polish it in. I like it. So, like I said, I'm going to go do this to a lot more stuff. I'm going to go weather the blue. I'm going to use some of this. I think it'll look very nice. That's my metallic gray custom mix. I'm going to use a little bit of gray in there as well. And I'll figure it out. I'll be back with more stuff. Probably after I'm done weathering it with these master kits here. So I'll see how far I get, but we're getting close to being done, I think.